What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the wild wise. Lemonade with the large fries. Up twice for the calm high. Hey, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school candy paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south. Hey, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ. And today we are going to be doing a long-running series that I see a lot of you guys like, so I thought it would be good to review it. And I just recently finished it too, and this series is The 100. Yes, The 100 is about basically an apocalypse. The world ends, and they decide to send these shuttles up into space for humanity to survive, and they survive on these shuttles for years, but resources are limited, and they don't know if the Earth is still survivable. So they send these hundred teens down to Earth to see if it's survivable for the rest of humanity that's left in space. And yeah, this was a long-running show, and I'll say this. It was a really good start. This show has a really good start. You see a lot of the cast and stuff, they're younger and they're teens and stuff, and they're just like, they're free. They get out into this world and they're trying to have fun, but you can see that, just as anything goes when there's no rules or anything in place, there can be chaos and stuff, and these teens are trying to find some stability when they get down there, and they're just trying to find help. And when they get down there, they realize that there's something else. There are other things down there. And yeah, this is a good series from the start, I'll say. And yeah, it does a good job to really draw you into the story and into the characters, which it has a lot of characters. It has a lot of characters which I think people can draw themselves to individually. Maybe you might not like the main character, but you might like someone else or whatever. You might like Bellamy or whoever, or there's a lot of different characters and stuff that you can interact with. It's not like they focus completely on the main character of the story. So I like that, and the story has a good start. There's a lot of stuff at stake, and you really feel for these characters, and you really feel like they are in danger. And yeah, that's what I liked about the show from the start. And then it slowly trickles down, just as a lot of long-running series do. And the reason why it gets bad along the way is because it does this thing that I've talked about in my other reviews, where characters would act stupid. They would do stupid things and dumb things and get very emotional, and just sometimes even out of character, just to prolong the story. And I didn't like that. For the first few seasons, it was really good, and it was at a certain point where I felt like it should have ended, and then it continued, and the next season it's just like, oh my gosh, just stop it, just end this freaking tragedy. Because it was just like the characters would do dumb things, and it wasn't like, oh, I understand their motives, I understand this. No, it was just they were acting really dumb and irrationally emotional and acting out of character sometimes too, and I didn't like that. And it was obviously to continue the story, and yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I know I'm speaking a lot of bad about it, but it did have its moments, where I was really engaged with this series. Now it's like I really like this series and the characters, and that was from the first few seasons, like I've said. But when it keeps going on, and you see they're getting towards a certain problem, and then something has to mess up. It's a series trope that a lot of shows do. I really despise it. I really hate it. but you know the cast, you know the actors, they did what they could with the show, and they acted really good. They was just following their script and doing what they had to. You know, I felt like there's a few good actors in here who did what they could do, and you know that's how a lot of these long running shows go. But for me, I don't know. And I see a lot of people. A lot of people have their little crushes in this show. You know, girls they like Bellamy or this person or whatever. And a lot of guys they like Octavia. You know, a lot of guys crushing over Octavia. Yeah, very very pretty actor, very pretty girl. I don't know. For me, my crushes was the Commander and Raven. Definitely my crushes. Let's get out of the crushes and stuff like that and into the actual review and get to the rating. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a rating of... I'm going to give this one a rating of 3 out of 5. It just got me with the 3 out of 5 because as bad as it starts to plummet, you know, it was still watchable. I did end up watching it to the end. And the first half, I liked a lot, so it was like I had to forgive a little bit of its problem just because it did have a good first half. And, you know, it's just the problem that I was so invested in it already. It was just like I might as well finish watching it. But the fact of the matter is, it's just an average long-running show that has its normal traits and things that go wrong and, you know, team problems and stuff like that. And when things go wrong, this is another problem that I have to mention in this show. It's like things go wrong so much. It's like when things go wrong later on, you're just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. You don't feel anything, and that's bad when the show gets to that point where you don't feel anything, you know? And yeah, that's my problem with this. This one is an average show. Average show. I honestly would not recommend most people watch it. It's just that the first half is good. That once you get invested in it, you'll probably want to keep watching it. But you probably should stay away from this one. But if you want to watch a long-running series or anything, you haven't got anything else to watch, yeah, you can watch it. It's still entertaining. It's an average show, like I said. But okay, let's get into the spoiler section. Okay, we are into the spoiler section of the 100, and yeah. The ending kept getting me tight because it was like, I didn't like where it was going. And then, what's his name? What's his name? Sam, right? Sam. I have to do that little look because I forget names. But yeah, the main character. She was like, she was a very weird one who just changed her personality so freaking much, just random, and she prolonged the story a whole lot just to prolong it, and I'm just like, I don't know, like, I didn't, it was just like, okay, it's a good point to end this series, and then it keeps going, and then it keeps going, and then it keeps going, and I'm just like, I want to be done with the show, but I'm so into it already, I might as well finish it. I didn't like, towards the last season, because I watched this like over the course of, I'd say probably a year, actually, so I was off and on the show, so my memory's a little bit fuzzy. But the last season, she just freaking killed Bellamy for no reason, and it just glossed over that. I didn't like that. Yeah, Bellamy was acting stupid. He was kind of rational, though. I feel like a lot of people that were rational, they were like, what's wrong with you guys? You're supposed to be in your feelings and let everything just die because of your feelings. I wasn't really feeling that. I actually kind of sympathized with the enemy this time. And I thought the entire group, you know, was acting very irrational and stupid. you know. But it ended up working. It was a go happy, lucky ending, and everybody came back and all that. And it was just like, oh, friendship. That was the ending. So, it was an okay ending. Glad that it ended. It was just like somebody, the directors or whoever, was like, okay, so the show is called The 100. So guess what? We need to have 100 episodes. And it's just like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. You could have ended at a certain point. This could have been a good series. The show is about the 100 people that go to the ground. It doesn't need to be 100 episodes, but that's what they wanted to do with it. And I think they prolonged it into the ground, and it was just bad. But it wasn't. It had its good moments, like I said. But yeah, those good moments where I really enjoyed this show for me was in the beginning, you know. Then when it kept recycling stuff, and it just was like, no. But yeah, that's my spoiler side of the 100 review. Let me know what you guys think about the 100. I see a lot of you guys watch the 100. You like the 100. So what did you think about it? I know there's people who really like this show. So let me know why you liked this show. Do you think it deserved a lower rating? Do you think it deserved a better rating? What do you think about this one? But yeah. See you guys in the next review.
Mediocre. Everybody wanna be a rapper. You ain't real, but you play a role. Most of y'all pretty decent actors. I know real goons and they on the block. Hit it stained like they bleaching fabric. I'm a nice guy, but got a dark side. We could